Hey everybody, Joe here. So in this video for our expedition series, I did an interview with Alan Mulholland from Summerside, Prince Edward Island, about his 2-year solo circumnavigation of the world aboard his Contessa 26 sailboat named the Rover. And the expedition is currently well underway, and we're going to talk about the first stages and what is set to come. Enjoy, like, and subscribe. Hey everybody, Joe here. So we're going to do another video on our expedition series. The series of videos where we highlight major expeditions underway, whether it's in Canada or other parts of the world. We did one in November on a cyclist who's currently doing a winter crossing of Canada by bicycle. And then he's going to be heading all the way to the tip of South America. Anyways, this is the next video in that series. And this is on a fellow named Alan Mulholland and his 26-foot sailboat, the Contessa 26, which he has named Rover. It's actually 25.5 feet long, not 26. And he's on a 2-year journey to circumnavigate the world by sailboat. Now, let me see. When he came up with this idea, he set a budget of $10,000 to purchase a sailboat, a used boat, and to do all the maintenance and upgrades to get it ready. So $10,000 on that. It does have a 6 horsepower outboard motor, and when running that, he burns about 1 liter of fuel per hour, but he doesn't plan to run it all that much, mainly when heading into port. And this past summer, he left from Summerside, Prince Edward Island. That's where he lives, which is basically right in here. You'll barely be able to see this. That's very close to my original hometown of Amherst, Nova Scotia. And over the course of 2 years, he plans to go all around the world. So this is him. This is Alan Mulholland. He's originally from Ireland. He's been living in Canada for quite some time. This isn't his first big sailing trip. Years ago, I think it was in 1990, I'm going to get this wrong, I should have looked this up in my notes. I believe it was 1997. He departed from Victoria and sailed to Australia. And now he's doing the big trip, going around the world. So let's take a look at his boat. This is what he's got. That's the Contessa 26. It's 25.5 feet long end to end. And he spent a good deal of time refurbishing it and getting it ready for the trip. Rover is what he has named it, as I mentioned. Let me set this down for a second. There it is out at sea, and that was a test run. And here's the first stage of the trip. Now he's going from Summerside, Prince Edward Island. That's in eastern province of Canada. My hometown, incidentally, is right about here. This is where he started from, so I know the area quite well. And he's going to the Azores and Flores Island, which is actually a territory of Portugal. So it's the westernmost portion of Europe. And that part of the trip, let me see. Summerside to Flores Island in the Azores. That took him 26 days at sea. It's a distance of approximately 1,435 nautical miles. That's nautical miles, not statute miles. In statute miles, it works out to about 1,650 miles. In kilometers, it's about 2,655 kilometers. So that got him to here. And he spent some time on the islands, did some exploring. Let me see, am I on the wrong sheet? So he arrived late in August in the Azores. He spent about 3 weeks in the area doing repairs, adjustments to his equipment and boat, and some sightseeing. And then from the Azores, the next portion of his trip brings him from the Azores off the west coast of Africa to the Canary Islands. And that part of the trip was about 1,000 nautical miles, which would work out to around 1,500 kilometers. So that's part 2 of the big journey. And it's after this that he took a break and he headed back to Prince Edward Island, flew back home. And it was during that time in November that I got in touch with him and told him what I had in mind for doing a video on his trip. And I talked to him on the phone, interviewing him for a good part of an hour. And now I'm finally getting this video put together. In December, he flew back to the Canary Islands, spent a little bit of time getting ready, and on, I believe it was December 21st, he starts the next part of his journey. And on this portion of the journey, this is a big one. Now, he was up here at the Azores, then down at the Canary Islands. He traveled down the coast of Africa about 700 nautical miles, and then he's transiting across the Atlantic Ocean to the Panama Canal. Now, the reason that for his trip, he first crossed from Prince Edward Island to the Azores and then the Canary Islands, and then turned around going this way, is to get the favorable winds, ocean currents, etc. To go from Prince Edward Island directly towards Panama, you don't have the right winds, you don't have the right sea currents, and you basically have to run on the motor the entire time, which isn't what he wanted to do. So instead, the ocean crossing to the Azores, the ocean crossing to the Canary Islands, transiting down the coast of Africa, and then he started the crossing towards the Panama Canal. And he started that, like I said, on December 21st, and this portion of the trip, this is a long one. This is approximately 4,010 nautical miles. This is what he worked out, which works out to just over 4,600 statute miles, or a whopping 7,400 kilometers. He's estimating he's going to do about 75 nautical miles per day, which should get him to the Panama Canal in approximately 53 to 55 days. Now, it's the January 10th already, so he's already been underway for about 20 days. So he's probably a little bit more than a third of the way across the ocean right now. So from down roughly here, he's probably somewheres around here somewheres. Okay, so that will take him from the Canary Islands and the west coast of Africa all the way over to the Panama Canal, separating North America and South America. He'll pass through that, and then he'll be continuing his journey around the planet. Excuse me, getting a little thirsty. Now, I have this full itinerary for the entire 2-year trip, his estimates of how long each portion of the trip is going to take, what the distances are, the whole plan. When he reaches Amateur Port, he plans to take approximately a week to 10 days off. During that time, he can get his land legs back a little bit, stock up on supplies, obviously, do any needed repairs, boat maintenance, and that's when he gets his YouTube videos loaded up, by the way. He pre-uploads them with set times, so one comes out every week when he's back on the water. He's got an extensive list of YouTube videos up already. I've seen them all. A lot of great content. I highly recommend that you browse through it. Now, in the description below this video, I'll have links to his social media, his YouTube channel, his Facebook page, Wave Rover, his website, waverover.ca, as well as links to some media articles about him and his trip. Like I said, when he was home in November, I talked to him for about an hour on the phone. He mapped out this whole trip for me. So my plan now, that we have this first portion of this video out, is that once Alan reaches the Panama Canal and begins the next portion of his journey, I'm going to chat with him a little bit and get ready to do an update on the video, how things have progressed so far. And I'll talk a little bit about the next couple stages of his journey, where it's going to take him, what part of the world, the distances, the expected time frame, and maybe some things that have happened along the way up to this point. And that's about it for this video. Like I said, everything will be in the description below. You can get all of his links, and I'll probably put up an end screen card which will pop up here somewhere, where you can go directly to his YouTube channel at the end of this video. I'll be doing another video like this on another trip coming up, probably in 2 or 3 weeks. I think I'll have another one coming up, and I'm hoping to soon do 1, maybe 2 per month. And once we have a couple more up, probably every month there will be a video which we'll call News of the Week or News of the Month, maybe. It depends how often I'm going to be doing them. Where I'll give updates on all these expeditions, what's going on, a few highlights, things like that. I'll be doing that for this trip and the fellow on the cycling expedition, Safari Ari. And we'll be adding these as frequently as we can. I've got one coming up for March on a woman from the US who will be backpacking the Pacific Crest Trail. So that's going to be a fun one to do. I was chatting with her just a couple days ago, setting it all up. I may have another winter cycling expedition to announce very shortly as well. I still have some work to do on that, see if I can get that lined up. And anyways, if you know of any other big trips coming up that people are doing, let me know. Let me know in the comments, or you can reach me on my Facebook page, and I'll start putting together a list of trips to feature. I think this is going to be a lot of fun. I hope you like it and join along. Leave your positive comments below. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. That really helps our channel grow. And you can hit the little bell notification icon as well, and you'll get automatic updates, or notifications I should say, when we post new videos. That said, we're out of here for now, and we will talk to you again soon. So I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, we'll be doing updates on its progress as the trip moves forward, and we'll be adding other videos to the expedition series, and pretty soon we'll be doing a sort of news of the week or news of the months type of video where we talk about all the expeditions currently underway as we add more to the channel. I think it's going to be a lot of fun, so hit the subscribe button and join along for the ride. Thanks for watching.